Curious about your own personal, so uh, this concept of saving energy for what's important,
Yeah.
choosing what to dip your toe into, whether you want to stay dry in any sort of engagement or get wet and get right into it. Um, and I see you're weighing in with things on Instagram. You're doing these little videos where you sort of uh, put yourself out there, tell a story and things. How are you deciding what to wade into right now? What to get wet with and what to stay dry with?
Yeah. So for me, it's all about the fundamental level of extractive power, and anything that is born from extractive behavior. So economic predation, environmental predation. So let me give you an example, like Coca Cola. Woke loves Coke because it's a super inclusive, multicultural brand. The commercials are all kinds of people hanging out, blacks and whites and browns and all the different colors of skin and sexuality, and they're hanging out. So woke will say, why can't more companies be like Coca Cola? I've read articles after the Super Bowl. They'd be like, oh my God, that commercial with Bob Dylan for Mercury was so bad. But Coca Cola, can't everyone just take a note out of Coke? Now, meanwhile, so woke loves Coke because we're focused up here. Who is Coca Cola at the fundamental level of extractive power? Well, they're one of the worst companies in the history of the fucking planet. They're almost single-handedly responsible for the obesity and diabetes epidemic, so much so that they have started, just like tobacco did when everyone was accusing them of peddling cancer. They started funding these secret scientific papers where they secretly funded them, and they had these papers coming out saying that diet is not important in one's health. It's all about exercise. And then New York Times did an expose being like, holy shit, we realized the people that are funding these are actually Coca-Cola. Moreover, they went to India, they took their bottling plants to India because it's cheaper and no environmental regulations. So they started polluting, and then they sucked up all of the groundwater. And so much of the Indian farmer drought problem, nationwide drought, is thanks to Coca-Cola moving their shit there. Or in Colombia, they had a bunch of union organizers protesting for higher wages, and a bunch of them were just killed. They're a horrible, horrible company, and those are fundamental problems that should be boycotted. And yet we can't see that if we're so focused on this, cultural layer. So when I wade in, I always try and reflect on the fundamental levels of extraction that may be actually fueling, because fundamental power wants us focused at this layer, because the more we're focused here, the more they can act with impunity. So for me, it's all about that fundamental level of extractive power. So I view racism through that lens. I try and view everything through that lens. And then and including new ageism, because what the new age individual is really is the apologetic rhetoric for incredibly selfish, self-centered, and irresponsible or disresponsible behavior. So yeah, I just try and keep it focused on the big guys, the big Goliaths. And
Yeah. No, that's fantastic, and it ties in with the extractive is by nature, service to self,